Hi everyone, I'm Jess, and this is a tutorial on Excel basics for journalists. Excel formulas are beneficial for journalists because they can help to support or develop a current story or create a new story idea. Journalists can sort and calculate data to create new data, which is what I will be showing you today. What you're looking at are the crime statistics for Central Queensland from 2013 to 2016. Let's start with calculating this total sum of crime for each category. What you're going to need to do is select an empty cell near your data, as you can see I've done on the screen. Then begin with the equal sign. This tells Excel that you're going to be using a formula. After the equal sign, type in the word sum. You'll see that as you type, all different formulas start to show, but for now we will just be using sum. Now put in a bracket. This tells Excel that you will be selecting data to use for the formula. Now I will click on cell B3, hold down my Shift key and select cell E3. As you can see, there are now 4 cells highlighted on the spreadsheet. This is the data that the formula is going to use to calculate the total number of crimes for homicide. Now I will put in a closed bracket on the end of the equation. This tells Excel that you are finished with the formula. Hit Enter to apply the formula and show your results. Now that you have done the first row, you can quickly calculate the rest of the total crimes by hovering your cursor over the bottom right corner of your cell. A small black plus sign will appear. When you see that, click and drag down to the bottom of your data and release. As you can see, Excel has taken the sum formula you entered in the first cell and applied it to the remaining crime categories to work out their total numbers. Now we are going to move on to working out the average for each crime category. Again, use the equal sign to start the formula. Once you've done that, type the word average and put in a bracket sign and select the data you would like to use. Again, I will be using cells B3 to E3 by holding down the Shift key and selecting them. Make sure that you put the bracket in the end of your formula. Now you can see the average number of homicides for 2013 to 2016 in Central Queensland. If you have a large set of data, it is helpful to know how to find the minimum and maximum of your data. To find the minimum, you'll need to start with your equal sign. Then type in MIN for minimum and then enter your first bracket. After this, you're going to select the data you would like to use. For my example, I will be using cells B3 to E3, which you can see highlighted on the screen. Put in the closed bracket and press Enter for the result. As you can see, the minimum number of homicides was 8, which occurred in 2016. Now we will use the same process to find the maximum by putting in our equal sign, typing MAX for maximum, and then using our bracket. Select the data you would like to use, close the bracket, hit Enter, and this will show you the maximum. For my example, the maximum number of homicides was 11, which occurred in 2013. So there are a few basic hacks for journalists wanting to manipulate data to help tell their story or create a story. Tune in next week to find out how we can visually represent this data using Excel charts and graphs.